Oh, we have a great week ahead of us. Let's not think about the negativity. Let's think about the
Loki?
good.
It's
Did you
Loki,
guys
huh?
know that we had the series finale for Ahsoka today? Now, I have my opinion about it. I'm not saying it's bad, but there's a beautiful surprise for people who care at the end. Not sure if JP's seen the episode yet, so I won't ruin it for him, but it's a sweet, bittersweet. Not well, yeah, we'll talk about Ahsoka later. But grateful to have had the finale today. Watched it, and I am very happy for the little good thing that they give us there at the end. JP looks a little paranoid right now. We'll let him get back into the swing of things. And yes, we do have Loki this week. If you haven't been following us, we are ready. We are very excited. October 5th, 7 p.m. Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, Loki.
Oh, is it? When is it?
October
Did you say
5th. October
October
5th.
5th? You said the 17th. I was like, I knew it was this week.
Oh, sorry. I just said October 5th at 7 p.m. Maybe you heard 17 from my 7 p.m. And it is our mother's birthday this week. We won't tell you which day for her privacy, but we are very excited. And we get to today review an amazing cinematic movie that if we could have watched it in IMAX, we would have. I think it deserves an IMAX viewing from us. We haven't been to IMAX together in a very long time, but that's okay. But
We
before
well,
we definitely will.
because my app offers 7% cash back. So
Oh, really? Nice. Yes. But before we get to our review of The Creator, it gets deep. I promise you, it gets real deep. JP and I are going to play our favorite game where we quiz each other from lines from movies. Now,
I
JP
think
says I stump him. So I'm going to give him some easy ones this time around. He says he's going to really try to stump me, and I'm not in a stumping type mood, but we'll see what happens. And then we'll get to the good stuff, The Creator. We will not have our critics hats on today because our cinema score, I think, is pretty straightforward, but we'll get to that. Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
you'll go first, but I just wanted to add, it's Alma stumps me because I just have a bad memory. I've been working on that. I'm trying to improve my health to
Mental
have better
push-ups.
memory.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And that's what I forgot was the other thing I was gonna say. You see, my short-term memory. So you can go.
All right. Let's see. This one should be so easy for you. That's is after I read the quote, and then you got the 30 seconds, and you got your clues when you ask for them. Now she might say, "This is a really bad time for me," or something like, "I just need some space," or my personal favorite, "I'm really into my career right now." You believe that? Neither does she. You know why? Because she's lying to you. That's why. You understand me? Lying.
This is so easy. Hitch.
Haha. See, I don't
That's
do
my
that
best.
bad stuff
I
to you.
guessed it in 3 seconds. It's
Three
my best time.
seconds. Good job. You're so there, bro. All
My
right.
turn.
I guess it's your turn.
Courage is a hard thing to figure. You can have a courage based on a dumb idea or mistake, but you're not supposed to question adults or your coach or your teacher because they make the rules. Maybe they know best, but maybe they don't. It all depends on who you are, where you come from. Didn't at least one of the 600 guys think about giving up and joining with the other side? I mean, Valley of Death, that's pretty salty stuff. That's why courage is tricky. Should you always do what others tell you to do? Sometimes you might not even know why you're doing something. I mean, any fool can have courage. But honor, that's the real reason for you either to do something or you don't. It's who you are and maybe who you want to be. If you die trying for something important, then you have both honor and courage. That's pretty good. I think that's what the writer was saying, that you should hope for courage and try for honor. Maybe even pray that people telling you what to do have some
All
too.
right, I think you read way too much because the first minute of that I had no idea what you were talking about. And then you said something that made me think about it. And this movie right now is getting a lot of controversy for some reason, but this is The Blind Side.
Oh, there you go. Can you remember the dude's name?
No, I just know
Michael.
he later got to play for the Baltimore Ravens,
Michael or her.
which that's why I'm in a lot of sports attire because sports is back, baby. We got some American football, we got some basketball coming back. We still got some football, so we're okay. You
Okay, your
ready?
turn.
Now I'm gonna flip it on JP. Check this out, guys. This isn't necessarily a line from a movie for my second movie because we got 3 movies we get to guess from. This is a line from a song, and JP is going to laugh at me because he should get this in less than 3 seconds. And I'm not going to try to sing it, but it's just going to come out very rhythmically. Are you ready? Si tú sintieras lo mismo que yo, estuvieras aquí conmigo, fueras mi novia y yo tu príncipe, ser más que un amigo.
I I think that's Tu Príncipe by Daddy Yankee.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a really hard one for Alma.
That last one was already hard though.
Mr. Musgrave or Moosegrave, whatever. Please don't interrupt me when I'm asking rhetorical questions.
Have I seen this movie?
Yes, you have. Ask away. All right, I'm gonna start it. One,
Sports movie.
2, 3. Nope. You're gonna on this one. You can ask as many clues as you want. 23 seconds.
Animated movie.
No, it's not animated.
Race car movie.
Nope.
Superhero
15.
movie.
No, it's not superhero. 10 seconds. Nine,
I have
8,
no idea.
7,
Mr.
6,
Musgrave.
5,
This is a memorable
4,
line from the movie.
3, 2, 1. Yes, it's from Mission Impossible 3. Brassel. Thomas Brassel.
I don't think that was a line you needed to pick, man.
Okay.
That I don't like that. I think that's bad. Because what you usually do, you get memorable lines, but in the sense of like it's still hard to figure out from which movie they are from. But you picked an obscure line that I haven't heard in a long time.
All right. What's mine?
Okay. Get lost? How'd you mean that? As in, did I? Or you like me to?
Best 2 years?
Best 2 years. See what I
You
mean?
can-
I take a line from a memorable movie that's kind of hard, but not too hard. If I would have said, "Who the doc, mevrouw?" then you would have gone in like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys want something funny to watch? Watch the best 2 years. It's really funny. That's a funny movie. All right, I guess I get one more, and people can say to stop whining or whatever.
See, now I'm gonna do one of these movies. I have a movie in front of me, and now I don't know if you're just gonna get mad at me because I don't know if you like it as much as I do.
Well, let's see. You got me this time. You won this round. I won last week. Or not last week, last time.
You might get it, you might not. I don't know.
No. I haven't seen Mission Impossible 3 in a long time, and you go with Mr. Musgrave.
Don't interrupt me when I'm asking rhetorical questions. It's a funny scene. You gotta watch it again. Okay, let's see if you get it. This may be too easy for you or something. I don't know. It's strange to think I haven't seen you since a month. I've seen the new moon, but not you. I've seen sunsets and sunrises, but nothing of your beautiful face. The pieces of my broken heart are so small that they could be passed through the eye of a needle. I miss you like the sun misses the flower, like the sun misses the flower in the depths of winter, inside of beauty to direct its light to. The heart hardens like the frozen world your absence has banished me to. I next complete I next compete in the city of Paris, and I will find it empty and in the winter if you're not there. Hope guides me. That is what gets me through the day, and especially the night. The hope that after you're gone from my sight, it will not be the last time that I looked upon you. And I don't know what that face means.
You're like reading poetry. Have I seen this movie?
Yes, you have.
When did I see it?
We've seen it together. I couldn't tell you when we saw it together. But let's not do a timer. Let's get ask as many questions as you want.
Is it a superhero movie?
No,
Is it a romantic comedy?
it is a romantic comedy. Yes.
Okay. Is it Grown Ups?
No.
Is that like far off, like way down the
Very far
comedy
off.
train? Okay, it
You are.
doesn't help me like one bit. And I gotta get to the creator, man. I gotta save room for philosophical room for the creator. Is Adam Sandler in the movie?
No.
Is Ryan Reynolds in the movie?
No.
Is Mark Ruffalo in the movie?
Oh.
Paul Bettany?
Yes. So he's in this movie.
The with Heath Ledger.
Yes. You're
Now
getting
I'm
close.
blanking on the name because it's the night or it's not the first night. It's
A Knight's Tale.
the Knight's Tale. But this is the funny guy, Alan Tudyk, saying the poetry, right?
No, this is Heath Ledger
He's trying to woo
uh
the lady.
trying to write a letter to.
Oh, this is when they're all like compiling what the letter should be.
It's either
I
the second letter or third letter.
Yeah.
They write.
I got 2 out of 3. You got 3 out of 3 this time. Feel good about it. That counts. I figured it out. That's more what I'm talking about, but it took me like forever to figure out that it was A Knight's Tale. Alrighty, peoples. We're gonna get deep. We're gonna get really serious right here. JP knew my rating because I was ready to rate this movie right after we came out of the theaters. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think we would agree that our cinema score, if we were to put our critics hats on, would range between a B plus and an A minus. I think it was that good of a cinematic score.
I think it would have a good cinematic score.
It does have A-OK Brohood Productions approval. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I
That's
can't do
pretty
it.
cool. Let's do it again, guys. I'm so excited. That's
It's so
cool.
awesome.
All
Yeah,
right.
so if it was based on, so everybody knows how we judge movies. It's story, plot, antagonist, flow of the movie, acting, and the protagonist performance.
So
And I think it would be rated really high. We don't need to rate it right now, but
no,
it's pretty
no.
high on that score.
So I do got to tell you guys that JP originally did not want to watch this movie, and finally
It's not
wanting
that I
to.
didn't want to watch it. I
It
did
was there
not
was
get
no appeal.
excited.
You gotta tell the
I
fans.
was not excited. I was not excited by what I saw.
Right, right. And still, and I don't know, with a couple of days mulling over it, JP came into the movie and came out of the movie with a way different perspective than I did. And I came into the movie expecting an awesome story, an awesome cinematic experience, and I got that. And it was really, really cool what they did. So, what did you end up as your rating, bro? I got it 8 out of 10. And everybody knows, but if you've been following us for a while, it's really, really hard for me to give a movie a 9 or a 10, or even an episode a 9 or a 10. So if you got an 8, you did a good job. So what did you end up giving it? And I guess another brownie point, guys. We loved the music composition in this entire film, and we knew that we understood this music from somewhere. And then after the movie, we discover that our favorite composer, Hans Zimmer, composed the music. I asked JP if it would boost his score, so we'll see if it did or not. Tell us your rating, and then tell us why.
I gave the movie a 6.5.
Be expected. It's to be expected. Hans Zimmer only boosted it up by half a point.
I will admit, music was really good. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Now, as far as Gen Z watching this movie, it's probably going to go down as iconic. It's probably going to be up there in somebody's list as one of the greatest sci-fi movies made. In my personal opinion, I think in a couple of years, people will talk about this movie because what the movie did was it made you think. It made you really ponder um, about AI. That's what the whole movie was about. And like Alma's going to go into the philosophical things behind the creator, Narmata, all of that. So I have if nobody knew, I have a background in AI. The technical, I went into the computer science industry. I focus on data science. And when you're part of that, it's all about AI. Yeah, so data science within that space is AI. I have um I there's a lot of we as uh, a class we discussed a lot about the ethics behind AI and where how companies use AI to learn about you, to figure about you, to do a bunch of things like um what the movie was making you think and implying. It's all stuff I had thought about, and that's why you need Anma in the theaters with you. When you walk out, you take a different perspective, because I'm not saying I'm pessimistic about the future. People just don't agree with me, and the movie did mention this at one point. This I don't know, if it was Vietnamese or
I can't remember the language. I thought it was really cool the language they were using.
well, it's one of those either Vietnamese. uh,
Nepal, Tibetan.
they were in Thailand, I think, because the film was filmed in Thailand and stuff. But all around there, the lady yells at one of the soldiers, "You can't be AI. It's part of evolution."
Oh yeah,
So,
the native lady. The native lady says that.
native lady, and a lot of people won't agree with me. And the way some people think is, people want to go back to simpler times. I understand that, but I cannot stress enough that humans are tool builders. We build technology to help us to increase our brain capacity, to increase the tasks that we can do. Um, I really think it's part of human evolution. And, we can go even further about what Elon Musk is doing with Neuralink. And I think that idea just fascinates me. But
You
then
brought
there's,
Elon Musk to our channel. There it is, JP's first time naming Elon Musk.
and obviously, this film, I don't know how long Alma wants to talk about this, but there's a lot of this film that talks about the dangers um, and just human nature, how humans would react and all this stuff. And um, in my opinion, I think they just could have done a little better with the story. Two movies that I compare this a lot to, which is why it's a little low. But like I said, this newer generation who hasn't seen these movies, didn't grow up and be a part of this time, they will never understand. So two movies, The Terminator, all of them, and I, Robot. So I think that's something that it's funny because Elon Musk endorses AI, but he says we should slow down. And then there's things revolving around that because he was voted out of the chair board or whatever. I don't know would know that. He's academic and knows how that is structured. Um, and he wants to build his own. So he wants to catch up. There's a whole lot of things there. But he's very scared. There's a lot of books on AI and where AI leads and stuff. So I think the movie just failed to kind of explain. Obviously, I like iRobot a lot. Anma is his name is Splinter, right? His nickname?
Dell Spooner.
Spooner. Oh my gosh, so sorry. Will Smith. Um, I love that movie because the laws that robots have to follow.
Three laws of robotics.
Three laws of robotics. Um, I like Spooner's um, attitude towards all of this. Now I could go even way deeper about why there are some dangers about that because of who is controlling and who owns these companies. And I'll just say it, but I don't like Alexa technology and what Amazon is doing. I have seen a company like Amazon where they're taking AI. There's good and bad things. Obviously, this is not about the ethics of AI. We're not going to go into that. I honestly don't want to talk about that again. Um, but I love in the movie I, Robot. See when I think about the creator, Alma has to help me like it and think about the good things about the movie. But like I, Robot, it's like I love the creator of the robots. He says one day the robots will be able to dream dreams.
You paraphrase that so poorly.
I know. I'm gonna say better.
Um, He says something before though. He says, "One day they'll do this. One day they'll have dreams."
Love it. And just like how the movie ends and stuff is like really good. Um, Terminator. Mm-mm-mm.
If you know JP, you're gonna get a mouthful about how good Terminator is.
Terminator.
Dun 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 dun
Dun,
dun
dun,
dun dun dun.
dun, dun. Obviously there were some things about the creator that reminded me of the Terminator, especially Ground Zero. I will say this, the way this movie started, I was like, yeah.
My kind
Um,
of movie.
I love just the buildup about just how AI blew up Los Angeles. Now I love Los Angeles. I love LA. I've been there. Um,
I'll wear my Lakers jersey someday.
yeah, maybe I should gift you with my Kobe jersey.
I have a
Um,
Kobe jersey.
hmm?
You got me a Kobe jersey.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Um,
You forgot what he
uh,
gifted me.
but the whole lead up about the movie and stuff to that point, and then the movie talks about how it was actually human error code, and they blamed it on the AI. That reminded me a lot about Terminator. Because we never get we see like bits and pieces about that story, but the whole premise is people are being sent back in the past, and there's obviously time travel stuff about that to prevent that from happening. And so you think about Skynet and Terminator and how evolved they are and stuff. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, because I was just comparing the movie, I'm like, Terminator had developed robots just so much more advanced, I think. And the in this movie, the robots were like just not, they were subpar. And there was the whole thing when they turn and the way they look. I was like, fun. Um, but obviously, there was things I loved about the movie. I love the romance between Joshua and Maya. Um, I like I like what Alma said to me after watching the movie. Um, where this movie is about. How did you say it? You say it, bro.
Um, I think this because what we were doing is we're like we said, we're gonna get deep. This movie has caused us to go deep. It's what happens when you watch things that are not like this. Not that this can't get deep. This can get pretty deep. Um, but this movie really caused you to think deeply about.
You said something about life and giving life and promoting life.
Well, that's what I'm referring to. It's this movie is about life, the importance of life, the goodness of life. What does it mean for something to be alive? So many different marketing, propaganda, value system, belief systems, and stuff like that, which we're not going to go into. But it really, really, really makes you think about what do you value in life? What are you looking for in life? What can you deem as alive? And this movie, I think, did a really it's almost it was almost, I mean, to me it was very spiritual. It was very enlightened in the way that the story was told. Because you have these elements of heaven, you have these elements of hell, you have these elements of relationships and how important they are. It's a movie about what are we teaching our children, in my opinion, it was full of these good topics. And even though we're not going to get into it, like JP says, you can bring up something that's going on right now, the sensitive issue of AI, the sensitive issue of sharing your digital likeness, which Tom Cruise doesn't do. Speaking of Mission Impossible 3, Tom Cruise. So I approached this movie a little bit differently because I found the movie to be relatable. You know, there was a very relational aspect to this movie. It wasn't just about blowing stuff up and action and good versus evil. That there's always good versus evil in movies. What I thought the creator did differently from most science fiction films is they kind of put it to the issues of today and what are we doing to make or to have meaning in our relationships, to have meaning to what comes after this life, to have meaning of what am I doing now to make life more meaningful if that's what you believe in, or if you believe in an afterlife, what are you doing now to make that afterlife more valuable? And so the creator, they give a definition of it. And then as the movie goes on, it was kind of like this cool anime kind of chapter thing. They bring up the child or the mother. And I think there was another thing, but I don't remember what the other
Friend.
thing was. Huh?
It was the friend.
The friend. And then there was something else. I think it was like the ending. They gave it a cooler name. But each chapter was about something, like how deep that character was adding value to the film. So if you're expecting a quick normal review about how the movie was horrible and didn't have a good story, you're not going to get that with this movie. Now people may think it was dumb, sure, there's always that, you know. But I think it's a movie that placed an interesting story to think about things. Like you get Hans Zimmer to compose the music, and then you get Hans Zimmer to help you in choosing the um, the music that people add to movies. Like Claire de Lune, this piano theme that played 3 different times in the movie, and it just added this really cool meditative moment to really think about what this movie really means. And it got emotional in some parts and it got sad in a lot of different parts. And so it's just the creator made you think. When you go to the movies and you're trying to have a cinematic experience, you're trying to have a good experience. But something Martin Scorsese did say, so we're not hating on Martin Scorsese, we just don't agree what he says about Marvel and DC. But he talks about how cinema is storytelling, and the actors, the writers, the directors, you could even say the producers really told a story, a really cool story. And so that's what I kind of think JP is getting at, is understanding what the story was trying to tell us and how that affects a lot of different issues that we're dealing with today.
Yeah, namely, I'll end on this to let Alma speak more about this, or just his thoughts on the movie. Like Alma was saying, how we interpret the story. I do think one of the messages in the story is ending all wars. And I mean, I could go into this a lot, but some people say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but hey, when
Nature.
when you see it, you know. You look back on all the wars that we had, like why did we have them? Were some of them necessary? You ask yourself that, and so sad. Um, I mean, I read Robert Cusack a lot, so he talks about how he was in the Vietnam War and how people treated soldiers that came back and stuff. I think a lot about the Afghanistan war. I mean, there's a whole lot of things around that I just won't go into, but I will say, I've heard a lot of testimonies. People speak about family members, you know, talking about, I lost my brother or I lost someone, you know. And so one of the parts of the movie that I really liked was this conversation between Joshua and Maya, and just the fact that the reason why she created Alfie was to end all wars, to end that war. Because in this movie, the AI, they don't want to do any, like, they would never harm. They don't want to harm. That was an error code error.
A human
Um,
error in the code.
yeah, yeah. So, when she said, I think she said, like, this war needs to end. Like that hits hard, and I mean, I won't miss saying I can't I on my rant I won't miss saying you know the Ukraine war. There's another one, and there's lots of things around that. It goes deep because the Bible, Revelations, talks about how there will be rumors of war, and there will be wars, and there will be like one last great war before Jesus comes. I think there's that. I'm gonna, correct me if I'm wrong, but like there'll be these saints going up like this mountain, and Jesus will come and save them, or something. Or
We talk about Jesus. Yeah, we love Jesus.
um, so I think that was one of the big messages. Like Alma said, it was about life, meaning of life, and like all the things he said, but also ending all wars. I think that was something very profound because I talk to a lot of people these days, um, and they're kind of hopeless. They think about everything that's going on, and they just say, "There's nothing we can do about it." And I think there is. I won't go into it in this video because I would just get really tired of me going on another rant about that. But I will say this: I do think about the story of the city of Enoch. I do believe, as a people, we can become righteous and holy where we're lifted up.
Yeah, I'm
So,
telling you, the
well,
creator creates this very spirituality in JP that he just goes.
so that's all I had to say about the movie. I'm gonna give your thoughts. I
I
know
mean,
that
to
I
kind
took a
of go
lot.
alongside the
I
whole.
explained why I don't think I even explained why I gave it a 6.5, but I did. I think it could have been a better movie.
I mean, I guess from a movie perspective, science fiction wise, JP was expecting a Terminator type, iRobot type movie.
Yeah, so Alma, that's very good, Alma. See, Alma's very good. Alma knows me so well. This is one of Alma's talents is when I talk, he can interpret. He's a translator
It's
for
like in
me.
the movie Bedtime Stories when when Adam Sandler gets stung by a bee.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say it in a good way. If I'm judging it as a sci-fi movie, it was okay.
Because as you can see, JP just went on a big rant about everything else I just said about how the movie was good.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think when you compare other sci-fi movies, it's okay. It's in the middle. I mean, I'll give some credit. It's probably on the good end of good movies because there's some crappy sci-fi movies that are just like Dune. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Dune fans.
We have some childhood trauma. I wouldn't even say trauma, but I don't know what you call it, but
We're not going to talk about Dune here. It makes us sensitive.
you go ahead, bro.
What name of bad sci-fi movie? Let's see. I was going to say Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but that's actually fine. Like I don't think I want. I think that's good.
No, no, I was just saying like you can talk about your thoughts.
No, really, my thoughts are already in that quick nugget of gold that I had there.
After Earth.
Oh yeah, you want to see a bad
And
movie
yeah,
that we dislike? After Earth,
we
bad
can we
sci-fi
can
film.
move on.
You're gonna get me riled up with After Earth? Come on. I can't think of anything right now besides After Earth. Oh, all right.
Go into all
So
the
just to add a little point about what JP said about war, I also think that it talked about personal wars. You know, I think the Joshua protagonist, played by John David Washington, he had a personal war. You know, he had a personal conflict. Wouldn't you say?
hmm
You would say that? You would agree?
there's personal conflict, yes. That
And then
he had a personal
even the
conflict.
mean general lady, I think she was the colonel or whatever. She had a personal conflict, right?
Yes, yeah, because her son died, her two sons.
Two sons, yeah. And then right at the end, I mean, it's spoilers if you haven't seen it. She almost gets saved by the super weapon or Alfie, and she has this moment, this brief moment, because it's brief,
She's
where
like,
she
wait.
wait. She kind of understood something
What was
else
going on?
about what was really going on. Of
I think that could have changed the end of the movie.
course, in the movie,
See,
and
I don't even want to go into like how the movie ended because it was so fast. But keep going, bro.
then another personal conflict. Joshua, that John David Washington's character, had to make a very serious decision to let Alfie live. And not in the sense that he was going to blow her up or anything. There's this moment, this very beautiful moment, where they have to say goodbye to each other. Personal conflict, but there's also personal victories. There's this. I thought it was a good movie. It made you think. My Robot is fun. It used to be my all-time favorite movie for a long time. Just ask JP. It's full of action. There's some really cool concepts. And I'm not saying it's a bad story. I love Alex Proyas, great director, you know, or Ronald Roland Emmerich. I forget how to say his name. But this movie, the creator, which you should go see, did a really good job. And that's why this video is entitled The Creator. We get deep where it gets deep. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that.
Love that movie.
Forrest Gump. Life is a box of chocolates. Never know what you're going to get. Well, that is us, Brohood Productions. We also want to let you guys know, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and share it with your family and friends. Brohood Productions would not exist without you that make it possible. We can talk here all day. JP and I do this all the time, but we want to share this with you. Thank you for watching, taking time out of your day to watch our shenanigans. Us take like 40 minutes to answer movie questions and JP rambling about the Terminator and me getting mad about After Earth. Like,
See,
subscribe, hit the notification bell.
this will be one of our longest videos because of what the creator made you think. Conversations you had afterwards.
Yes. And there's more to have. More to have. But Go watch the Ahsoka finale. Be prepared for Loki. Go watch The Creator. And we'll catch you next time.
Hood out.